Hey guys, Ali here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing some mistakes that people make when visiting Jordan. So we had a great time on our trip to Jordan, and I wanted to share some tips with you on mistakes people make. And one of the first things that we noticed was the expense. It's almost double what the expense is in US dollars. So renting a car instead of, $25 or so is going to be about 50 US dollars or so a day. So it's very expensive. You have to make sure that you budget accordingly for visiting Jordan. The next mistake that people make is not dressing properly, and that's actually for two reasons. The first reason is that Jordan is a very conservative country as far as the culture is concerned. So it's important to make sure you keep in mind, and you should always do this anyways when you travel abroad, is to just take care of the local customs and to just kind of pay attention to those things and be respectful of those things. So ladies, you should be wearing either a long skirt or pants. Guys, you should be wearing pants as well. And also you should have sleeves, at least short sleeves on your shirts. The second thing is I would bring a long sleeve shirt or jacket as well, because in the evenings it does get cold very quickly. When the sun drops, the temperatures drop. You think I'm in the desert, no big deal. It gets really cold in the desert. Really shocking to me how we went from sweating in the afternoon at Petra to in the evening we were like, oh my gosh, it's so cold out here in the desert. So make sure that you bring something to cover up with. The next thing is to have comfortable shoes. The surfaces there are very challenging to walk on, all the places that you will be visiting, whether you're going to be walking around in the desert. So the best thing to do is to bring something with a hard surface, like either hiking boots or trekking shoes, or hiking shoes of some sort, because those are going to have a nice hard surface. Believe me, it's well worth it to bring something like that with you, because your feet are going to thank you for it, because you will be doing a lot of walking there. Next thing is huge mistake, bringing a drone with you. So it's kind of tricky because it is illegal to fly them there. You have to have a very special commercial permit in order to do that, and it's very hard to get, and they do not really give those to foreigners, mostly just to filming companies. So you're probably not going to be able to get one. You would have to arrange it beforehand, and they do check your bags and they do check for them upon arrival. So make sure that you keep that in mind as you're traveling through Jordan, that you cannot fly your drone there. Next up is make sure that you are keeping the Muslim calendar in mind. It is a mostly Muslim country, and Ramadan, for example, is an entire month of fasting and celebration, and it's important to be respectful during that time, but also important if you're traveling there during that time. Yes, it's going to be a little bit cheaper to travel there during Ramadan because a lot of things are closed during that time. So just kind of keep that in mind. People are going to be fasting. You don't want to walk around eating a sandwich in front of people. They're not going to say anything to you, but it's just, you just want to be respectful when you're in someone else's culture. The next thing is just don't go there just to see Petra. Yes, it's amazing. Of course, you do not want to miss it. It's one of those things where it's like, yes, it's a huge tourist attraction, but how could you miss it? It's one of the 7 wonders of the world, but make sure you do some of the other things that they have to offer, like going to see Wadi Rum. Wadi Rum is an incredible experience, and there's lots of different ways that you could see that. You can even do overnights there and sleep out in the deserts in a Bedouin camp. We chose to just have an evening experience there with a dinner and a celebration, Absolutely incredible experience. Do not miss out on that. And then the last thing is definitely do not miss out on going to the Dead Sea and floating. If you didn't get a chance to go when you were in Israel, Jordan is the next best place to go to the Dead Sea and to give a shot at floating in the saltiest body of water in the world. So super cool stuff. Jordan does have a ton to offer. Do not be afraid to go there. Super, super safe country. Very, very kind people there. So do not leave Jordan off of your list. This was just a few of the mistakes that people make when they visit there, and just to keep in mind as you're planning your next trip to Jordan. I hope these tips will help you out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave me a comment below if you're planning on going, or if you went and you want to share some other tips or mistakes that people make. Catch you on the next trip.